All right, hi everybody. Today we're going to do lesson 7 in our book. We are on page 1.c.9. 1.c.9 on the backside, 1.c.10, okay? So let's see. We're going to do problem set together, and then you'll do homework on your own, just like usual. So I noticed this page on my screen is just a little bit different than yours, but we're going to work through the problems on my board just as they are on your page. Okay, so on your page, number 1, it says at the very top, it says count by two 6 times. So on your worksheet, it says at the very top, 1A, it says count by 2s 6 times. So let's do that, okay? So we'll fill in the blanks. So if we're going to count by 2s 6 times, we'll go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All right, so on those lines, for number 1A, count by 2 6 times, you're going to write that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's counting by 2s 6 times. Letter B for number 1 says, draw an array to match your count by. And I already did that, so let's take a look at that over here. So the array, it asks us to draw 6 rows of 2, okay? So 6 rows of 2. So I have 1 row of 2, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, 5 rows, 6 rows. You guys don't have to draw those lines. You only have to draw the dots, but that's how we did the array, because it asked us to draw an array showing us counting by 2s 6 times, okay? And then the next one, on yours, it's letter C. On mine, it's B, but it's basically the same question. It says, write an equation to represent the total number of objects in your array, okay? So the total number of objects in your array. So remember, the first number that we always write, the first number is the amount of groups or the amount of rows. So in this situation, we're talking about 6 rows. So that number 6 comes first. The next number tells us how many is in each group or in each row. This time we're working with rows, and we have 2 in each row. So it would be 6 times 2. Okay? And now that tells us we have to count by 2s 6 times. We already did that up here. We counted by 2s 6 times. We already know the answer. But if we didn't, we could just do it again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So the answer, 12. All right. That is the first one. Let's come over here to number 2. All right. Once again, your number 2 is a little bit different than mine, but I'm going to go ahead and write the answers down for you just as they are on your page. Number 2 says, 2A, count by 6s 2 times. All right. We got to count by 6s 2 times. So to do that, we go 6, and then 6 plus 6 equals 12. So that's counting by 6s 2 times. And then I wrote the array that shows that, all right? So we have 2 groups of 6, 2 rows of 6, I should say. So row 1, row 2. And in each row, we have 6 dots, all right? Let's come down to 2B. 2B says, write an equation to represent the total number of objects in your array. So if you remember back to how we did this before, the number of groups or rows always comes first. So the first number we have is 2. And then the second number in your multiplication equation is how many objects are in each row or each group. This time we have 6 in each group. So it'd be 2 times 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to count this math equation, this multiplication equation tells us we're counting by 6 2 times. And we already did that, counting by 6 2 times. So 6 plus 6 equals 12. Okay? All right. Pause my video at any time if you need some extra time. Moving on to number 3. All right, number 3 says, turn your paper to look at the arrays in problems 1 and 2 in different ways. What is the same and what is different about them? Go ahead and pause my video real quick and come back. See if you can figure out that answer. What's the same and what's different? All right, welcome back. So hopefully you figured this out. I'm not going to write the answer for this one. Go ahead and write it on your own. But basically what we're looking at here, how it's the same the array in problem 1 just gets turned on its side in problem 2. So if you looked at your array in problems 1 and 2, the arrays just got flipped over on its side, right? The first array we had 2's 6 times, and the other one we had 6 2 times. So the array just kind of got turned on its side. Letter B says, what are the factors in your multiplication sentence in it says, why are the factors in your equation in a different order? So you don't have to write all of this, but basically the explanation is problem 1 you read as 6 groups with 2 in each group. So one more time, problem 1 says 6 groups with 2 in each group. Problem 2, you have 2 groups with 6 in each group. So the factors are the same in both arrays, but what they mean switches. So the order in the equation switches. So we got the same answer. Got the same answer for both, but the arrays just got switched, so our multiplication equations got switched. Okay, if that doesn't make sense, hopefully this will make sense as we do this, all right? So let's do these together. Let's knock these out real quick together. So the first one they already did for us. Number 4a says 6 2's. So they want us to write a multiplication equation to represent what they are saying in each letter. All right, so number A, 6 2's. So that tells us we're going to count by 2 6 times. All right, so 6 2's, the multiplication equation for that would be 6 times 2 equals 12. Let's do the next one together. 2 6's. All right, 2 6's. That means we want to go 2 times 6. So 2 6's means we're counting by 6 2 times. And like we did up above, 6 2 times just means 6 plus 6, which equals 12. Notice we get the same answers for A and B, but our numbers just get flipped around. You get the same answer in multiplication if you flip them around, but it just depends on the way you write it. All right, next one, 7 2's. So 7 2's means we are going to go 7 times 2. Because 7 2's means we have 2 7 times. So we're counting by 2's 7 times. We would go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So I just counted by 2's 7 times. Let's jump up here to letter D and watch. They ask us to do it the other way around now. Instead of counting 2 7 times, this time we're going to count by 7 2 times. Because they're asking us to do 2 7's. All right, so this time we're going to count by 7's 2 times. So basically what that is 7 plus 7. So 7 plus 7 equals 14. And notice you get the same answers for C and D, but the numbers are flipped around. And I actually messed that up, sorry. Let me erase this one. I had to figure out which one I messed up on. I got the right answer, but actually it's 2 7's. So actually we need to go 7 2 times, right? 7 2 times. So it's actually 2 times 7. All right, try letter E and F on your own. Letter E asks you to do 9 2's and F 2 9's. All right, pause me and come right back. All right, welcome back. We'll go ahead and write the equations down. So 9 2 times and 2 9's. All right, we're going to get the same answer, but notice how I wrote them in different orders. Because this one says, let's do 9 2's. So that means we have counting by 2's 9 times. And this one says 2 9's. So that means we're counting by 9 2 times. So in this one, they want us to count by 2's 9 times. Let's do that together. All right, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. All right, so I just counted by 2's 9 times. And the next one, they want us to count by 9 2 times. All right, so that just is 9 plus 9. So 9 plus 9 equals 18. Notice we get the same answer as here and here, but the numbers get flipped around, but you get the same answer. These two, do on your own. Go ahead and check them. So 11 2's, 2 11's. All right, you can try those on your own. All right, we're back with number 5. Number 5, we got a fish question. So number 5 says, write and solve multiplication sentences where the second factor represents the size of the row. All right, so let's make a multiplication sentence for this one. All right, so in this one we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So remember the number of rows or number of groups, that number always comes first. And then the number, however many you have in each group or each row, comes next. So we have 2 fish in each. So 4 times 2. Okay. I just realized you couldn't see the top of my page. So let me move my screen a little bit. There we go. So we're on number 5. All right. 4 times 2 equals, that means 2 4 times. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's check this one out over here. This one we have 2 rows. Okay, so that tells us we need to write 2 first. And in each row we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fish. All right, so in this one they want us to count by 4s 2 times. Okay, so that means just 4 plus 4. So 4 plus 4 equals 8. Notice how my answers are the same, 8 and 8, but my multiplication sentences are flipped around. This one is 4 times 2. This one's 2 times 4 because my arrays were different, so I had to write my multiplication equations a little bit differently. Okay. All right, let's move on to number 6. Miss Nedadal writes 2 times 7 equals 7 times 2 on the board. Do you agree or disagree? Draw arrays to help explain your thinking. All right, so on this one, she has an equal sign here. So she's saying that 2 times 7 is the same thing as 7 times 2. All right, so they want us to draw some arrays. They want us to draw some arrays to show whether that's the same or not. Okay, so the first one, 2 times 7, that means we're doing 7 2 times. Okay, 7 2 times. So let's draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so that's the first one. That's 7 2 times. And now let's do 2 7 times. Okay, so we have an array 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Doing this 7 times. One more. All right, so let's see if these are the same. Okay. So on this one, this represents 2 times 7. And this one represents 7 times 2. All right, so on this first array, we have 2 rows. That's why I wrote my 2 first. And in each row, we have 7 dots. Okay? So if we do 7 2 times, that means 7 plus 7, which equals 14. And then over here, we have 7 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why I wrote the 7 first. In each row, we have 2 dots. So if we count by 2 7 times, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So was Miss Nedadal right? Does 2 times 7 equal 7 times 2? I would say yes, right? Because we got the same answer. We got 14 here, 14 here. So she is right. So you can write that next to it. Yes, Miss Nedadal is correct. All right, let's finish this off here. Number 7. Number 7 says, find the missing factor to make each equation true. All right, so just like Miss Nedadal just did a second ago, let's do this for this one, okay? 5 times 2 equals 2 times blank. Well, all we have to do is just flip the multiplication sentence around, the equation around. So 5 times 2 is the same thing as 2 times 5. Okay, next one. Blank times 8 is the same thing as 8 times 2. What do they equal? Well, we just flip this one around and make it 2 times 8. 2 times 10 equals blank times 2. Same thing, flip it, 10. Try this one on your own. 2 times blank equals 9 times 2. What could that be? If you said just flip this one and make it 2 times 9, you are correct. All right, one more question left. Number 8. Sorry, let me turn the page here. Number 8 says, Jada gets 2 packs of erasers. Each pack has 6 erasers in it. This one says, draw an array to show how many erasers Jada has all together. So she gets 2 packs of erasers, so we need 2 groups, and each group has 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. All right, so here we have 2 groups, 1, 2. Each one has 6. Okay. Next one. Next one says, write and solve a multiplication sentence to describe the array. So remember, when we do a multiplication sentence, the number of groups or rows always comes first. So we have 2 times, because we have 2 rows. In each row, we have 6. 2 times 6. Let's see if you guys can solve that on your own. So we're going to count by 6 2 times. So that's basically 6 plus 6, which would equal 12. All right. And the last one says, use the commutative property to write and solve a different multiplication sentence for the array. All right, so what the commutative property means is we can move these and get the same answer. So use the commutative property to write and solve a different multiplication sentence for the array. What that means is we're just going to flip these guys like we did up here. Okay, we're going to flip them. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it 6 times 2 equals. All right, 6 times 2. Do we get the same answer as 2 times 6? Well, in this one we have to count by 2 6 times. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Sure enough, same answer. Magic. All right, so today you guys are going to do lesson 7 homework on your own. So we're talking about 1.c.12 and then 1.c.13. Looks like this. Should look like that on your page. All right, so do the front and back. Should just be like the problems that we went through. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.